So you need a lift. You can't do the stairs anymore, and you probably looked at maybe selling, downsizing, but you realise that the median house price in New South Wales is $1 million. Once you work out stamp duty on that, which is about 40K on the when you purchase the next place, you work out agents fees, which are 2%, about 25K. Selling costs, as in lawyers and conveyances and removalists, yeah, up around that 70-80K mark. And one of these gets installed for 30K. Now that doesn't include building works, but we've got this new feature. We've just built it out. This amazing new software where we can actually calculate your building expenses along with the lift, because we actually keep these lifts in stock, but there is a few variations depending upon how your house is built. And I'm going to run through some of those things now because people get really worried about how am I actually going to put this in my house? Is it going to fit? You know, they're going to be like cutting beams and my house is going to fucking fall down. Or, are my walls going to crack? Or, how's it going to look? So, we've done these in lots of houses, and I think, we've got some reviews, testimonials you can watch where you can see just how, we've made it look like it was always there, basically. It just blends right in. Even this one here, you see how well it fits in the corner. Like when the lift is up, I'll show you it up now actually. And you can see that a lot of people walk into this our showroom now, right? And a lot of people walk in here and they don't even notice that there's a lift there. So this is a floating floor. We're at our showroom at the minute. Actually, just might show you over here. You see, we've actually raised this floor. We've got another 2 lifts going in here too, so you guys should definitely come out and check out these 2 lifts. We've got product from Europe over here, which is really nice, but these 2 are exceptional products. Really good customization, whole porcelain sheet, back walls, high-end Swedish woven carpets. They look awesome. But what I was going to say was that we actually lifted the floor level up 50 mil to accommodate our pits. And now you don't need a pit. You can just sit the lift straight on the floor, and you have a little ramp. But this is what we did to allow for that 50 mil pit that's in a lot of our lifts. And this is all a floating floor, believe it or not. Looks pretty good, but this is a fake floor. So what we did, because in most new builds or if you're doing a reno, this is the most common floor we find now, floating floor. This is laminate, but it could be hybrid or other vinyl plank or whatever. But this floor needs to move, and we need to fix down into something solid. And actually, in saying that, we have a slab underneath this, but we've got particle board sitting on little joists that we designed specifically for this this application. But your floor needs to move independently of your slab. So the way we did this setup, we actually we make these specialized packets, and we sit this down either on your slab or on the particle board underneath. And the foot, it's hard to see. You probably won't see on the camera, but these are sitting 1 to 2 mil off the ground, so the floor's still able to move. But you can see it looks great. Like you can't even tell that that's the case. All right, so on to the important part, the structural beams, and this is why we left this exposed in our showroom, to show you guys. First of all, there's some people out there quoting $3,000 for building works, which is totally ridiculous, because in order to put this lift in your house, you need a performance solution, and it needs to be engineered. And we've got engineers that work for us, and we've got a lot of builders that work with us. And I can tell you right now, it doesn't cost $3,000. Not if you can do it properly. They're either going to do, I don't know, some bodge ass half cut of your joist and just leave it just hanging there, or they're going to get a handyman to do it. I don't know how they're going to do it, but this is the way it's supposed to be done. If you come look over here, you'll be able to see where it's painted black. It's a bit hard to probably see on the camera, but we've got two trimmer beams in here, so we've doubled up the joist full length between. In this instance, we got the PVC, but you're going to have a structural wall here and a structural wall there. And then for these cut joists, which in this instance is purlins because we're in a commercial warehouse, but you'll have wooden joists probably or wooden I-beams. You're going to, so you can see we've picked up these beams with these two blocks here running to our outside strengthened joists. And you can see here we've sisted this joist to this purlin to give some extra strength. And then what we'll do is obviously in your house, that all needs to be plastered again, which we'll take care of all that. But yeah, I mean, this is a really good example of like why it costs between, you know, 6 to sometimes 10,000. It really depends on your house. You can't just quote it willy-nilly. That's why our calculator is so special, because we take into account all your site conditions. Now, you can't 100% rely on our calculator, but it's pretty good, and we'll still get our builder out there to confirm that that's, you know, that's going to work in your house. But yeah, you got to question any price that's coming in to below 5K, because you got to ask what are they going to do for that amount of money. If it costs twice as much to build a house as it did before COVID, same things happen with renovations and this type of work.